And then I started a new dream because I couldn't make my dream of playing soccer ball with the Iraqi national team. So I started a new dream, which is leaving Iraq, leaving my home country, and immigrating to Western country. So what I would do is I would dream every day. I would feel that experience. I would visualize. I would imagine. I would practice daily. I would always picturize like how it feels to be in a Western country. I would look at views like images, videos on YouTube, on internet. I would constantly practice feeling that experience of immigrating to a Western country and starting a new life. So I was constantly visualizing before going to bed. I was visualizing during the day. I was visualizing when I used to wake up in the morning. I was so addicted. So I was constantly searching, doing research online just to find a way to immigrate. I was sending emails, checking emails, contacting people, getting phone numbers, and calling different organizations. I was applying, I was preparing paperwork, I was using all the documents, all the ID cards, all the copies, all the paperwork from my old job working with the US Army as a linguist. So I was applying, I was emailing, I was contacting, I was talking to people, I was trying to research on LinkedIn and try to find an organization or someone who works with immigration. And I would always share my stories. I would explain everything, my situation in my country. So I was constantly doing the work. I was practicing every day. I was touching my dreams. Every time I watched a movie and looking at how life looks like in the Western country, I would touch my dream. I would hang images on my walls in my room about other Western country. So I was dreaming every day. I was feeling that experience and I wanted for that dream to come true. So I was doing the work. I was constantly connecting, aligning all my thoughts, all my emotions, all my feelings to that experience. I was dreaming every day. I would tell my friends, one day I will immigrate. One day I will leave Iraq. One day I will travel to a Western country and I will build a new life and I will start my dream life. I was telling all my friends, I was telling my family, it will happen. I promise you. You will see it. I will make it happen. I was dreaming, and that dream was living in my body, was living in my subconscious mind, was living in my heart. So I said, one day that dream will come true. And suddenly in 2024, after circumstances changed and we went through a war, I finally was able to escape from my home country and I immigrated to a Western country here to Sweden. So I immigrated to Sweden and I was so shocked. I was so amazed. Why? Because all that practice, all that dreaming, all those days, all those thoughts, all that emailing, all that work I did, all the practice, it finally paid off. It was worth it. I didn't know. I was dreaming and I was expecting that it's going to happen one day in the future. I believed in myself that one day I will leave Iraq. I will immigrate to another Western country. But I didn't know. I wasn't sure that it's going to happen like 100%. I mean, I believed in myself. I thought it would happen, but because I lost hope because of the circumstances in my home country, I had lost hope. I didn't think it was possible, but I was still doing the work. I was feeling that experience. I was feeling that dream in my body. Despite the fact I was living in my home country, it felt like jail. And even though I didn't see so many opportunities, but I was living that experience every day. I was feeling like I am already living the experience. I am already living that future. I am already living that dream. So one day it happened. I promise you it happened in 2020. In 2015, I immigrated to Sweden and I was finally able to touch my dream. I touched Sweden. I touched the ground of Sweden. I came to Sweden and I came all alone. So I was so happy. I was super happy, even though I did not had my asylum and I didn't know that I am going to get my asylum or they will grant me an asylum or permanent asylum. But I was super happy just to be here. I was super happy just to live my dream, to touch my dream. I touched my dream. I didn't know it's going to happen. I thought it's almost impossible, but it was possible. It happened. That experience happened, and the dream came true. So I came to Sweden. I lived here for 1.5 years, and then I got my interview. I was dreaming for an interview, and I got my interview. And I was dreaming to get my asylum. I got my asylum. So before I was dreaming to get my asylum, what I was doing is I would practice every day. I would visualize I am getting my asylum from the immigration office. So there was a hill like near to my refugee camp. I was living in a refugee camp in a hotel here in Sweden. So there was a small hill, and I would go up to that hill almost every day and just stand on the top of that hill, and I would visualize myself. I am standing and I am holding my asylum card in my hand, and I'm telling myself, I finally made my dreams come true. I finally made my dream come true. I finally made my dream come true. And I would feel so excited in my body. I had those emotions that were living in my body, even though I wasn't sure that I am going to get my asylum and my interview wasn't that good. I made some mistakes. I was so scared. I was so afraid. Like I felt like all the world is on top of me because I was so scared. I was terrified because that interview, that 1 hour would determine whether I am going to live my dream or not, whether I'm going to get my asylum or not. They could reject me. They could say no. Maybe they will not believe on my story. Maybe they will think that my country is safe and there is safe area that I could go back and live. So I was so afraid. I was so nervous, stressed every day. But that dream was living inside me. I was dreaming to get my asylum, to finally get to stay in Sweden, because I've been working on that dream. I've been practicing that dream for many years. And that moment is a powerful moment. That moment will determine whether I'm going to stay in this country or not, whether I'm going to live my dream or not. So every time I think about that moment, I feel so sad emotionally. I feel so happy emotionally because I know how it feels. I know those days, how I was living, how I was waiting. And I believe you're doing the same as an entrepreneur. You have made a decision, you have started your business, and you have started your entrepreneurship journey, and you have dreams. You want to make your dreams come true. I know how it feels. I know the self-doubts. I know the worriness. I know the anxiety. I know that the unknown can make you feel like your dreams won't be true or that is not going to happen. I know. I've lived those days. So in those days, my dream wasn't to become an entrepreneur or to build a successful business, but it was much more than that. It was about like living my life in Iraq, that life that I lived with violence, with scaredness, constantly feeling afraid, dangerous life, sad life, horrible, terrible life. I was transferring from that life to a dream life, to a new life with peace, with integrity, with so much wellness, with a new healthy life, not constantly feeling afraid, scared, dangerous. So my dream was to get a new life, to start a new life. So I know how it feels. I know. I lived that experience. So I had a dream to move a new country, and I made my dream come true. So when I received my asylum, when my lawyer called me and congratulated me for my asylum, I can't tell you how happy I was. I was crying, I was screaming, I was dancing, I was running. I mean, I was wild. I was so wild. That night, I did not sleep that night because of my dream. Because my dream happened, because my dream came true. I did not sleep that night. I went to a friend's house and we celebrated together. We did some grilling, we were doing barbecue, and we stayed up all night because I was so excited. I was so happy. I was crying. That day, that night was super powerful. If finally my dream came true, how can I sleep? I couldn't sleep from crying, from I was awake, from feeling super happy. I could not sleep. Even if I wanted to sleep, I could not sleep because I was chasing that dream for years. I was stuck in my home country. I did not know if there was a hope. I did not know it was possible. I did not know that one day I will be able to leave my home country, leave that violence life, leave that horrible, terrible life. I did not know it's going to happen. I did not know there is a way to escape from that life, from my home country. I did not know that I will transfer myself and move myself to a new, beautiful, wonderful country, modern country. I did not know that finally one day I will start to live a peaceful life, a safe life, a healthy life, a successful life, a new life. I mean, for someone who's immigrant, you know, moving from a country that went through so many wars and terrible things to a new country, a beautiful, wonderful life, you can't imagine how it can make you happy, how it can make you excited. You can't imagine how big a difference it is to leave your home country and to live and to move to a new country. So, for someone who's born in a Western country, maybe they don't know that experience. Maybe they don't know how it feels. Maybe they never seen a war. Maybe they haven't seen so much violence, terrible things. But for someone who is immigrant like me, I can't tell you how happy I am. I can't tell you how blissful I am. I can't tell you enough how grateful I am to leave my home country, to move to a new country, to a wonderful, beautiful, great country like Sweden. So I lived those dreams. I experienced those dreams. I was a dreamer. Even though I did not know it's going to happen, even though I did not know it's possible, even though I had lost hope because some people weren't answering my emails, some people were trying to take my money, some people they didn't give me answer, they didn't reply to my emails, to my SMS, to my phone calls. So I was hopeless. Even though I was hopeless, but I was a dreamer. I was dreaming. I moved finally to a new country. I started to study. I started to work on my habits. I started to build my life. I was finally able to do sport. I was doing sport in my home country, but then we were getting a new war. So I would have to stop doing sport and immigrate to another city. But now I don't need to immigrate. And I could do sport whenever I want. I could study whenever I want. I could start my dream business. There are so many opportunities. So I feel so happy, so grateful, so blissful to live in a country like Sweden, to live my dream life. Trust me, every day I wake up in the morning, I always remind myself, even when I'm doing journaling, I'm always reminding myself about how grateful I am about this incredible, this wonderful, this fantastic, this happy life that I have in Sweden. I have my health, I have my friends, I have my business, I have my goals, I have my dreams, I have my health, I can move, I can go out and live my life. So I am living a dream life. I've mentioned this nature place in my previous episodes in my podcast. I've talked about going to that nature place, and every time I go to that nature place, I look around at the environment, the beautiful hill, the beautiful sky, the beautiful forest, all those trees, all those nice birds, this these wonderful beautiful colors. I feel so grateful when I compare this life to my home country, to my life in my home country. When I compare, I feel so blissful, I feel so grateful, I feel so happy, I feel so thankful. I thank God, I thank life, I thank the universe for that dream, for living my dream life. I Every time I look around, I still can't believe I'm living here. Even when I was living in a refugee camp and waiting for my asylum, there were days where I would sleep and I would dream. And I would dream that, because sometimes I was afraid, I was scared that I was worried that I am not going to be granted an asylum, or that maybe I won't be able to get to stay here in Sweden. Maybe they will reject my my application for my asylum, or they will send me back to Iraq, to my home country, to that horrible life. So what used to happen with me, I used to sleep, and some days I would dream that they sent me back to my home country, and I was so worried, so disappointed, so afraid, so sad. But as soon as I used to wake up from in the morning, and I look I used to look at from the window, I used to look at this wonderful view, and I would feel so blissful in my heart. I would feel so happy, because that was only a dream, and I thought it was real, because I dreamed that they send me back to my home country, and I was so disappointed. But when I used to wake up in the morning and feeling like I'm living my dream, I would feel so grateful, so blissful, so happy. So I know how it feels to be a dreamer. I know you're an entrepreneur, you have a dream, you want to build that dream life for yourself, for your family. The reason why you started your business, your entrepreneurship journey, is because you have a dream that you are following. You want to make your dream come true. So I have lived that life, I have lived that experience. I know how it feels. So my best advice for you is to constantly connect, align your subconscious thoughts, your emotions with that dream. So every day you wake up in the morning until you go to bed, live that dream in your body, live that dream inside your heart, live that dream inside your mind, inside your subconscious mind. Bring always thoughts about your dreams. Talk about your dreams. Tell the story of your dreams. Write down your dreams on a piece of paper. Every day, write them down. Write that life that you are dreaming about. Talk to others. Talk to the people who care about you, who believe in you, who love you, who are supporting you in your entrepreneurship journey. Talk to them about your dreams. I always do that. Every time I meet my friends at the church, or when we are watching a baseball game, or when I'm getting invited by my friends, I always share my dreams. I tell them I'm dreaming about having a house by a lake. I'm dreaming about living by a lake. I'm dreaming about making a difference in other people's life. I have a vision. I have goals. I have dreams. So I always share my dreams with others. I want to talk about my dreams. I want to tell everyone about my dreams. I want to feel those dreams. I want to program my subconscious mind about those dreams. I want to tell the story that is connected to my dreams. I want to describe, I want to explain my future dreams that they're going to happen. So I always connect my thoughts, my emotions, even when I'm at the gym, even when I'm visiting my friends, even when I'm going to the church, even when I'm working at home, even when I'm going and visiting that nature place, even when I'm outdoor doing running or jogging or biking, I always feel that dream. I'm always living that dream inside my body. I'm basically programming my subconscious mind for those dreams because my mind will bring those dreams closer to me. So, the other thing is I would love to share with you is you think that you are far away from your dreams, but that is wrong. So, when you feel like you're far away from your dreams, what ends up happening is that you behave like that. You act like your dreams are far away. That's why it's so easy to get distracted. That's why it's so easy to procrastinate. That's why it's so easy to tell yourself, oh, I'm working, but the work feels bored, or I have boring days, or my house is boring, or my environment is boring. So even when you tell other people, you talk about your dreams, but then you tell them, I feel like I'm far away from my dreams. I think this is too hard. I think my dreams will happen someday, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, maybe in 15 years. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's going to happen. So stop that. Stop that negative talk. Stop that self doubt. Stop programming your mind, your subconscious mind, for your dreams to be far away. It's you who are making them far away, not that your dreams are far away. You are much closer to your dreams than you think. That's why so many of us we fall back to old habits. That's why we repeat mistakes. We repeat same failures. That's why we don't work hard. We skip hard work. We stack so many projects, so many tasks that needs to be done. Your weak talk, all of these bad habits, distractions, procrastination, they all make your dreams far away. But when you align yourself, when you tell yourself, I am much closer to my dreams, just one more meeting, one more project, one more phone call, one more email, one more meeting will bring my dreams come true. Every time you make one more progress, you bring your dreams closer to you. You are much closer to your dreams than you think. But so many of us, we make the mistake that we think that, oh, my business is not working now, or I'm not good at that, or I don't have that skill. We find so many reasons. We make so many excuses. So often we don't leave our comfort zone. We stay on bed. We stay on our couch. We stay with our distractions. We stay with our old thoughts. We remain with our old habits that are pulling us back, that are holding us, that are preventing us from getting closer to those dreams. Your dreams are much closer to you if you just work on your habits, if you just constantly improve yourself. You're much closer to your dreams if you just repeat healthy, successful routines. If you wake up in the morning, show up to your dreams. You are much closer to your dreams than you think. So, the other thing that I want to talk about when it comes to making your dreams come true is please touch your dreams. Touch your dreams. So, maybe your dream is to buy a fancy or a luxury car, or like Ferrari or Lamborghini or Bugatti or some Chevrolet or Dodge Ram. Maybe it's a really nice car that you're dreaming to buy. Touch that dream. Every time you see a car, go to that car, go to that driver, talk to them, ask them about the car, take pictures, ask them if you can sit in the car and get a picture. Touch that dream, sit inside that car, touch it, feel the experience. And when you come back home, when you come back to your work, visualize that car. Constantly practice, train your subconscious mind, program your subconscious mind to feel the experience of having that car, of driving that car, of touching that car, of feeling that car, of sitting in that car and owning that car, or going to the company and buying that or purchasing that car. So feel it, touch it. I usually do this. There's car events, like sport car events, here in my local area in Sweden every year. So every time that event comes, I go there. I touch Ferraris, I touch nice cars, I sit in them, I get pictures, I talk to the drivers, I ask them about how they made their dreams come true, how did they purchase those cars. I touch it, I feel it. So maybe your dream is to own a nice house by a lake or by an ocean. So touch your dream. Every time you make a win, every time you get a client, every time you make progress, every time you get paid, go touch your dream. Rent a house, live there for one day, touch it, go to that house, touch the door, talk to the owner, go around the house, ask the owner to show you the house, how it looks, sit on the couches, go to the balcony and look around that house, look at the environment, feel the house in your body, feel the experience. Visualize yourself living in that home, in that house, with the family, with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your spouse. Feel that experience. But it's super important that you touch your dream every time, every few months, every year. If you have a dream in living in a nice house or purchasing a car, go touch that dream. So maybe your dream is to become a successful entrepreneur. Well, wear that suit. Touch your dream. Wear that suit. Purchase a suit and wear that suit. Act like an entrepreneur. Talk like an entrepreneur. And make it a habit where you remind yourself that I am a type of person who is an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur. Tell your friends, tell the people around you, I am an entrepreneur. Get a picture, write down on a paper, I am an entrepreneur. I am a successful entrepreneur. So touch your dream. Go talk to entrepreneurs. Go invite some entrepreneurs. If you have friends, if you have people in your circle who are entrepreneurs, touch your dream. Go invite them for a dinner or for a lunch or for a coffee. Talk to them. Talk to them. Sit with them. Feel the experience. Tell them your dream. Tell them that I want to be a successful entrepreneur. I promise you, they will smile at you. They will encourage you. They will push you forward. They will support you. They will feel proud of you because they had their own dreams. They made their own dreams come true. And they know how it feels to make your dreams come true of becoming an entrepreneur. Talk to those entrepreneurs. Go look at their work. Talk to them about their habits, about their routines. Talk to them about their dreams, how they became entrepreneurs, what they build. Ask them to show you their company, their work, their progress, their wealth. So touch your dreams. Talk to entrepreneurs. Sit with them. Have conversation. Have a nice coffee with them. It's super important that you touch your dream. You see, I have a dream of owning a house or a home by a lake. So what I do is every week, sometimes even every day. There is a city and there is a really nice lake over there. So every day I go there, I take walk by the beach. I touch the water. I touch the water with my feet, with my hands. I even take some water and use it on my face. I touch the dream. I feel the dream. I stand by the lake and visualize and imagine having a home, and that I went outside of my home and I took walk to the beach and I am living my dream. I'm touching the beach. I'm swimming in the beach. So I look at the view, I look at the beautiful colors, I feel the experience. I do breathing. I breathe the air that comes from the beach. I touch the dream. I walk by the dream. I walk by the beach almost like 1 kilometer. I'm touching my dream. I'm feeling that dream. I'm touching that sand on the edge of the beach. And I tell myself, one day I will own a house by the beach. One day I will go into the water and touch the water and touch my dream. So every time I go to that city, every time I visit that beach, I'm visiting my dream. I'm touching my dream. So maybe you want to own a house or a home by the beach. Touch your dream. Every time you finish working, or every time you wake up in the morning, or before going to bed on the evening, go touch your dream. Go to that beach. If it's nice, sunny weather, go touch your dream. Sit by the lake or by the beach. Eat something, drink something. Sit by the beach, sit by the lake. Touch it, feel it in your body, in your heart. So, touch your dream. When you touch your dream constantly, you're programming your subconscious mind for those dreams to come true. You will make your dreams come true when you are getting closer, when you are practicing, when you are aligning your habits, you're aligning your thoughts, you're aligning your emotions. You are in love with your future, you are in love with those dreams. Touch them, feel them, have them in your body. And this is how you will make your dreams come true. Dreams are beautiful, dreams are wonderful, dreams are fantastic, but they require hard work, they require habits, they require identity, they require touching those dreams. Touch them, connect with them, feel them in your body, and do it every day. Practice your dreams every day. Show up for your dreams every day. This is how you're going to break through in your entrepreneurial life and make your dreams come true. Please don't forget to follow me on iTunes or Spotify so you can get a new episode every week. And I am sharing so many tips, advice, strategies, personal experiences, insights from my podcast. All of this will help you break through in your entrepreneurship journey. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode, and I wish you a wonderful day. Bye, everyone. Yes. Yeah.